agent here with Keller Williams in Greenville. I'm actually a native of Greenville. I went to Clemson University, graduated with a lab tech degree, and now I'm in real estate. But I absolutely love it. I love my job. I focused last year solely on working my sphere. It was my first year in real estate, and from that I closed 17 transactions last year, 15 of which came directly from my database. So you know, I put a lot of importance on my sphere, and really those people in my database are my golden nuggets. I nurture the crap out of them, and I want y'all to do the same thing, okay? So obviously today we're going to be talking about your database, the importance of managing it consistently, as well as we're going to talk about how to categorize your contacts in that database and the importance of METs. So before we get started, a MET is someone that you've bumped into before, you've had a conversation with, and you have their contact information. So it's not a stranger, it's someone that you would walk up to and have a conversation with, okay? Any questions so far? All right, great. So if you'll turn to your manual, page 4, I really like the fact that Keller Williams gives us the tools to keep in touch with our contacts. Keller Williams' realty goal is to out-touch all other agents. What do you think out-touch means?
Contact them more often.
Yes, absolutely. You know, everybody you talk to is like, oh, I know a realtor. Well, if that realtor isn't in touch with them the day they think about selling their home, it doesn't matter who they know. You have to be the person that's in touch with them. Keller Williams has already given us eEdge with campaigns in it, so we can set these contacts up to consistently stay in touch with them. And then obviously, you know, a phone call means 10 times more than an email. So you need to keep it in mind that you also are going to have to call these people, okay? So last year, when I first got started, I felt like I was just being blasted with information. First of all, I was learning about real estate in general. I knew nothing about it. And then I came to Keller Williams, and they have so many unlimited tools to give us. So I'm learning about eEdge, I'm learning about what these campaigns are. I'm like, what does that even mean? So thankfully, y'all have already had the course on that, and you know how helpful they can be. The point is, use it. I sat down in the first month, entered all of my database. I basically went through my cell phone, and while I was going through it, I called everyone to say, hey, I'm in real estate. It made me uncomfortable, it made me nervous. I don't know why. Sometimes calling my sphere makes me more nervous than calling on strangers, but I quickly got over that because everyone was so supportive. When I was on the phone with them, I would ask for their email address, because most likely I didn't have it, as well as their home address. And I would start a conversation about where they're living, are they renting, what are they doing, and I would add them in my database and put them on the campaign. After 2 months of having my campaign running, I received an email from a girl that I actually lost total connection with, would have never dreamed in my life that her and her husband would have hired a new agent to help them sell, but they did. They hired me. It was the second listing I had ever gotten. It was directly from my database, and y'all know how awesome that feels. They contacted me. Actually, I contacted them through the campaign, but they don't know that. They thought that that was an independent email that went out to them, and that was an awesome, awesome feeling. Okay? All right, so now we've talked a little bit about METs. If you'll go to your page 6 in your manual, you'll see at the very top it says METs plus touch campaigns equal success, which I think I've just given a really great example of that. You'll notice it says in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, we learned that top agents who lead generate with their database consistently produce 2 sales for every 12 people they meet. Y'all, that is impactful. 12 people? There are more than 12 people in this room, and that's 2 sales. How could that impact your business?
It would be awesome. Yeah.
Right? Because you know that you know more than 12 people.
Exactly. I may not like them, I know them.
There you go. But they probably love you.
They all do.
Right, there it is. Okay, so if you'll take just a quick glance at this chart, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, but it just gives you quick examples of how to figure out your potential transactions. How many METs do you have? You divide it by 6, and it gives you really how many transactions you could get in a year if you correctly work your database. Alright, so now we're gonna do a little activity. Before we get started, there are 2 things I want you to get from this activity. First, you're gonna figure out how many transactions you could get from your current METs that you have now. Once you figure that out, think of a goal that you want to obtain. I'll share with you my goal. My goal is at the end of 2017 to have 1,000 METs in my database. And I've planned out how I'm going to do that. So I want you to pick a goal. It could be lofty or it could be small. You're just starting out, you're getting out of your comfort zone. And calculate what that'll do for your number. So if everyone would take just a quick minute to go through our activity here. It is called How Does Your Database Stack Up? When you're finished, take a look at me and we'll talk a little bit about it. Raise your hand when you're finished. Awesome. Okay, who wants to share with me how many transactions they currently have the potential to make in a year? Teresa?
You know, I'm brand new in the business, and I know I probably have at least 100 people in my contact database, and doing the math, that's 16 transactions I could expect this year.
That's awesome.
That's amazing to me.
That's great. Holly, did you have your hand raised?
Did. I have 120 people in my database, and that means that I'll do 20 transactions this year. Now, my goal though is to do 240, and I want that by January of 2018. I want 240 in my database. I want to double.
That is extremely doable in a year. You could easily accomplish that. Anyone else want to share their goal? No? Leslie?
My goal's 1,000 in my
Awesome.
database,
Awesome. I love that.
just like yours.
Go big or go home.
There you go.
No, we all have different goals and we're all going to strive to achieve different successes throughout our career. So you have to choose what's best fitting for you. All right. A quick question. What are some different activities that we can do on a daily basis to hit that goal, to add METs to our database?
Door knock.
Door knock.
Go to grocery store, talk to people.
Grocery store talking. Love that.
Hold open houses for fellow agents in the office.
Yes, open houses. Denise?
Just out prospecting.
Prospecting. Deborah?
Networking events.
Networking events. Leslie?
Social media.
Yes. Holly, your last.
Volunteer work.
Yes. Volunteering at work. So there are so many different ways. We can all find a way. Let's just say to add 2 METs to our database every day. That's 10 a week. That's 520 a year. How many transactions would that lead to? Does that blow your mind? Awesome. Okay. Lastly, let's go to page 5. We're going to talk a little bit about Ben Kinney. If you're not aware of who he is a mega agent and a vice president of KW Max Technology. One of the things he teaches us is that not all leads are equal. And that also when your database grows to a large size, you need to make sure once again that you're managing it consistently. So there, he gives us advice on how to categorize all these people we're adding every day so that they all just don't get clumped together. So you categorize from A plus to C, with A plus being your biggest advocates. You're going to have probably close to 20, 25. And C's being basically strangers. There's someone that called you off your sign or some lead you got off the internet, but you still want to add them in your database and put them on a touch campaign. Would you all agree?
Yes.
Awesome. Great. And throughout the process, you want to move your C's to your B's and your B's to your A's. All right? So today we have covered the importance of your database and the way that it can impact your business, as well as how to categorize them and how important METs are. Who wants to share an aha with me that they got from the class today?
If
Holly?
I just double my database, I'll double my business.
Yes. Love it. Anna?
Categorizing my database.
Yes.